Hello everybody, and welcome back to Algebra with Mr. Chavez. So today we're going to learn how to add and subtract polynomials. So let's go ahead and get started. So we have 2y plus 2 inside of parentheses plus 3y plus 4y squared minus 5 inside another parentheses. Before we get started, let's make sure we write sign, coefficient, variable. And remember, we want to make sure every term has a sign and a coefficient. So let's go ahead and write this. So we have parentheses. What we got to remember is if we don't see something, we're always going to put a positive 1. 2y. And remember, the 2y is going to be positive. Plus 1, parentheses, positive 3y plus 4y squared minus 5. Now that we have this, let's go ahead and distribute the positive 1 times everything. So we have positive times a positive is a positive. 1 times 2 is 2y. Then we have a positive 1 times a positive 2. We have positive times a positive is a positive. 1 times 2 is 2. So we got rid of the first parentheses. The second one. Positive times a positive is a positive. 1 times 3 is 3. And we have y. Positive times a positive is a positive. 1 times 4 is 4. Y squared. Last one. Positive 1 times negative 5 is positive times a negative is a negative. 1 times 5 is 5. Now that we have this, we're going to rearrange them by greatest degree. So we have a degree of 1, constant, degree of 1, and a degree of 2. So we're going to put 4y squared plus 2y plus 3y plus 2 minus 5. So I have a y with a degree of 2, 2 y's with a degree of 1, and then 2 constant. Now we could go ahead and combine like terms. So we have 4y squared, positive 2y plus 3y gives you positive 5y, positive 2 minus 5 gives you negative 3. So my final answer is going to be 4y squared plus 5y minus 3. What happens if it's subtraction? So we have the same terms, but this time we're subtracting the polynomial. Well, we're going to continue this setup, and we want to make sure everything has a sign and a coefficient. So remember, if I don't see something, it's going to be a 1, and if it doesn't have a sign, it's going to be a positive. We have a positive 2y, a negative 1, positive 3y, plus 4y squared minus 5. Now we could go ahead and distribute the coefficients. So we could say positive 1 times positive 2y is positive times positive is positive. 1 times 2 is 2y. Positive 1 times positive 2 is positive times a positive is a positive. 1 times 2 is 2. Now, negative 1 times positive 3y. Negative times a positive is a negative. 1 times 3 is 3. And we have a y. Negative 1 times positive 4y squared is negative times a positive is a negative. 1 times 4 is 4. And we have y squared. Last one, negative 1 times negative 5 is negative times a negative is a positive. 1 times 5 is 5. Same as before, we're going to do it by greatest degree. So we have a degree of 1, a degree of 1, and a degree of 2. So we're going to have negative 4y squared. My degree of 1 is positive 2y minus 3y. And then my constants are positive 2 and positive 5. Now we could go ahead and combine like terms. And we have negative 4y squared. Since these two are like terms, positive 2y minus 3y, that gives us negative 1y. Positive 2 plus 5 gives you positive 7. So now you learned how to add and subtract polynomials by arranging them by greatest degree. If you have any questions, please let me know.